Hello, everyone. It's Helen Eimers, and welcome to this devotional through the lens of love. The message that I'm bringing to share with you today is incredibly simple, but very deep. It's about forgiveness. Now, when I coach women, I am connecting with them on a very personal level, and I'm helping them to identify the places and spaces in their heart and their mind where they're stuck. So if you've ever felt stuck in life, in your work, in your passions, in your business, that's what I help women with because we often know what we want to do or what we desire to do, but we are holding ourselves back like tenfold, a hundredfold. And when I can help women walk alongside them as they create this freedom within themselves, it's incredible. And let me tell you, the sky's the limit. Anything is possible because God is like has this banquet out for us, but oftentimes we're blocking ourselves from it. We're blocking ourselves from all of the things and the goals that we want to achieve because there is some form of pain or resentment or hate or hurt lying underneath the surface. So I help women get to that place in a very safe and supportive and faith-filled way. And it's incredible. It's like I like to call it like we're breaking open my heart or your heart in all of the best ways. And so this week, especially as we are on our way to Easter, um, all this month, all of Lent, I've been doing a Pray 40 challenge in the Hollow app. And they're talking about a simple prayer called Empty Me, Fill Me, Use Me. Now, this is the premise of my work, right? The premise of my work is let's let go of all the things that are keeping us stuck. Let's fill ourselves with joy and compassion and love and zest and fun and vigor. And let's use that energy to shift the world, to create a ripple effect, to spread and share our spark. And so this prayer is hit home so beautifully for me. And I have gotten the opportunity to empty myself of the things that don't serve me, that don't support me in helping women in this work and support my family and support all of the goals and the dreams that I have. And so it's been a beautiful journey for me. And I like to say it's like a purification process. We're always going through processes of purification. And that's what should happen in our lives and in our work because there is no final version of our life or our business. And I want you to remember that because so many of us who are might be going through a hard time, we feel like there's might be no hope or it might be really hard or can I sustain this or can I do this? And I want to remind you that you can. You get to keep showing up to this work. And some of the women are like, oh, I'm really scared to work with you. Like, what's going to happen? What's going to come up? It's like, what's going to come up is that you are going to experience more love for yourself. And what a gift, because that is what we are meant to do is to experience love for ourselves and share that with the world. And so I'm also doing another devotional this month in Lent. It's called Restore by Sister Miriam. And she's incredible. So this week we're talking about forgiveness, and forgiveness can be hard. And I'm finding, especially this focus on forgiveness this time in specific, that forgiving myself is hard, right? Does anyone agree? Like, give me like a thumbs up, like comment, like, do you struggle forgiving yourself? Because all the decisions you've made in your life, like, are a part of you. You have done that. And so we can either hold on to that resentment or we can take a look at it out of love. And when we don't process our pain, we don't allow grief or truth or hurt to land, and we don't acknowledge it. How many times are you like, don't want to deal with that? That's really hard. I'm just going to shovel it down. Or I hear people say like, I actually never processed that because XYZ, or I was just trying to get to the next thing, or I had to help this person, or I didn't want them to be sad. And so you downplayed what you were feeling. But let me just tell you, this resentment, this hurt, this pain, this grief, it doesn't disappear. It goes underground and it just starts like winding around, I don't know, like a worm or a snake in the ground. And it's like festering in there, and it shows up in ways that might be subtle or big ways, right? Resentment, bitterness, judgment, criticism, even self-hatred, right? For many years of my life, I could not look in the mirror and say, I love you, because I hated the version on the other side because of who she was and what she had done and the decisions she had made and the results that happened because of that. And I think many of us at times in our life, or maybe even now, recognize that in ourselves, right? They see that. Or maybe like you can be really good and be doing really well. And then you just like have this streak in you, or you snap at your kids, or it just like you promised yourself you wouldn't do that or say that or experience that. And yet you do. And so when we are holding on to that hate, that anger, that frustration, we are holding ourselves back. And it's almost like we're waiting for that person to pay us back for what they did. Now, when I give the example of myself, right? Like my past self, I could be like, well, she owes me XYZ. It's like, she can't pay me back, right? Like I can't undo that decision. I can't undo that action. Neither can the person that hurt you. Let me just say that. And this does not give people permission to hurt other people. Okay. This is setting yourself free. This is claiming the love and the joy and the vigor and the zest and the brightness that is in your heart and setting it free. Because the other person that hurt you, or maybe you hurt yourself, you can't undo it. They can never repay you in the way that you desire them to. And Sister Miriam said this in a beautiful way. And she talked about the parable of the unforgiving servant. So that's Matthew 21 through 35. Powerful, powerful space where one of the servants was forgiven, and then he turned around and did not forgive, right? Like he held on to that hurt and that anger. But the disciples also said, like, Jesus, how should we forgive? Should we forgive him like 7 times? Like they're looking for answers. And I think in life, we are also looking for answers. What is the answer? What is going to fix me? What is the perfect amount or the number? I see women come to me for coaching all the time, and they're like, I just want you to tell me exactly what to do. And I'm like, well, I am going to teach you to trust yourself and shift into a different perspective. And yes, I can tell you exactly what to do and what will work in your business and what won't. But if you do it from a place of hate or anger or resentment, it's going to feel awful. And you might have success, but you're going to get burnt out very easily. And so I support women on both sides of the coin, because I know what happens when there's this unprocessed pain within you. And it starts with forgiveness. It starts with love. But she said here, if we want to be well, dear friends, we must be continually honest down to the roots. St. Ambrose is quoted as saying, we will never heal ourselves by wounding another. And there's a song I listen to. It's on my inspiring playlist. And it in the song, it says, hurt people hurt. We do, right? Like when we're hurting, like whether we intentionally do it or not, we hurt other people, right? And maybe like just imagine yourself like being in a state of anger and frustration. And then everyone you come into contact with, your family, your friends, your coworkers, like you're putting that out there into the world. They feel that. Now they're not responsible for you or your thoughts or your actions, but I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to just get through my days. I don't want to just flow through life until the next thing or the next season. I want to experience fully every single moment of this life, because you know what? Some people don't have the gift to be here. Some people don't have the gift to speak. Some people don't have the gift to walk and breathe on their own every day. So please don't take that for granted ever. She goes on to say, and how true this is, as in the parable of the unforgiving servant, we interiorly seize the person who hurt us and we choke and throttle them, demanding they pay back what they owe us, right? Like they deserve this or I deserve this. And here she goes on to say, but how can they? How can a parent pay you back for the times they dismissed your heart, pushed you away, or chose another sibling over you? How can the kids in 5th grade pay you back for bullying you, calling you horrendous names, and excluding you from the lifeblood of friendship? How can your spouse pay you back for withholding love, being unfaithful, or being just too distracted to really see you and receive you? How can they pay you back? Will anything ever be good enough? And this is where the magic happens, because we get to make a choice, right? We're left with forgiveness and love. Again, not because what happened was okay, but because we were never meant to carry it, right? They were probably hurting and they hurt you intentionally or unintentionally. And, you know, in Colossians 3:13, it says, forgive as the Lord has forgiven you. It's like, he is so merciful. He's a good God. And this is where it connects so deeply with ourselves, with our work, and how we show up in the world. Because again, when our hearts are filled with resentment, we lead from that, whether we're trying to or not. I promise you, you do. You speak from that, you influence from that. But when we choose forgiveness, we create space. So many women are like, I want peace, I want space, I want to be fully present versus thinking about work all the time when I'm with my kids or thinking about my kids when I'm at work. And this is the part that is so powerful. It's not just about emptying out the pain, it's about what you fill your heart with next. Right? Because some people are like, well, I forgave them, but they're still angry. You've chosen to pick up that anger and that resentment still. And what you choose to fill your heart with is so powerful, that love, compassion, truth, and grace. Because whatever's in your heart, it flows into your life. It flows and touches everyone that you impact like a ripple effect. So I want you to just ask yourself today, this week, what am I still holding on to? And let me just tell you, like, there's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. This is an opportunity for you to heal. Everything that happens to us in life is an opportunity for us to heal and learn and grow. So I'd ask you, what am I still holding on to? Ask yourself, what am I still holding on to? And then ask yourself, who am I waiting to repay something they never can, right? Like, who am I waiting on to repay something that they never can? And what would it feel like to release that and to fill that space with something good? And let me tell you, this is a practice. This is a conscious choice. Some days I wake up almost every day. I'm like, oh gosh, I just wish I was filled with joy and peace. And then I get to say, oh yeah, by the way, I can choose that. So I want you to stop waiting for peace. I want you to stop waiting for love. I want you to stop waiting for joy. And I want you to choose it and create it, and you be the conduit for it. No one else is going to do that for you. You get to choose it. So I'd love to pray with you today. Lord God, please help us release whatever we are not meant to carry. Give us the courage to forgive, the wisdom to heal, and the grace to fill our hearts with goodness so that everything we do flows in and through and with love. Lord, if something feels heavy on our hearts today, please encourage us. Give us the strength and the patience to let it go, to release, to empty us of all that doesn't serve us, so that we can fill our hearts with the joy and the love and the peace, the mercy that are meant for us. So that from there we can use this in the world to be a conduit, the lamp beneath our feet, to share that spark and that light with the world. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to connect with you. Please comment in the chat what, if anything, you're holding on to. And if you want to go deeper into this work, just send me a message. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.